Yo Hey everyone what's up and for my Thai viewers สวัสดีครับคุณผู้ชมและเพื่อนๆทุกๆคน Fun fact I started this YouTube channel about a year ago Actually I think the time when I upload this video it's exactly 1 year on the 16th of October 2021 So yeah this is the 1 year anniversary of this YouTube channel Woo! Some of you might ask yourselves like why am I talking English right now It's because ภาษาไทยยากทุกคน Thai is a really difficult language for me especially as someone who didn't grow up in Thailand right I grew up here in Switzerland where I mainly spoke Swiss German and also later than English in school and with friends and Thai was always like a language my mom was talking to me when I was young or since I was young since I can remember I usually had the bad habit to sometimes answer in Swiss German if not in Thai so I speak in English now because it's way more convenient for me but ผมไม่ลืมคนไทยนะครับที่ดูพอดคาสต์นี่เพราะฉะนั้นผมมีซับไทเติลทุกครั้งผมพูดภาษาอังกฤษเพราะว่าภาษาไทยผมไม่ค่อยสะดวกอะใช่ไหมครับมันยากหน่อยสำหรับผมตอนนี้เพราะฉะนั้นผมจะพูดภาษาอังกฤษไปก่อนตอนนี้นะครับ so this is the first EP of the Swiss podcast And what is this Swiss podcast? So I was thinking it would be really cool if there would be a platform on YouTube. A platform on YouTube. YouTube is already a platform. I mean, a channel on YouTube or some sort of podcast which explains all sorts of questions or discusses all sorts of questions which tourists might have who are interested in traveling to Switzerland or as well exchange students who are interested in studying here in Switzerland. I'm also really looking forward to like have guests on this podcast and to interview people who had exposure to Switzerland. These could be tourists. I also have a very good friend who studied here as an exchange student. He's a Thai person, a Thai guy, and he came here from Thailand to study, I think chemistry for one semester if I remember correctly. You know who I'm talking about. If this person is watching right now, I'm gonna reach out to you. So whoever has questions about Switzerland or who wants me to discuss about a certain topic, just write it down in the comments and I'm ready to discuss them here. So yeah, that's why I also want to emphasize on that all the viewers are the central part of this podcast. I really want to do this podcast for the viewers, meaning that whatever is on your heart, on your mind, really you can let me know down below in the comments. So do I plan to release this podcast on a regular interval? Initially I thought yes, it would make sense to have it maybe every week, but to be honest, I'm bad in having a schedule and fixing a schedule for myself. That's why I rather want to have the schedule around content. Meaning that if there are interesting news to discuss or if there's an interesting topic which pops up in my head, I'll release another episode of the podcast. So in other terms, this also means like if there are a lot of questions, I probably release this podcast on a more frequent interval. And otherwise I'll probably also maybe sometimes wait 2 or 3 weeks until there's something interesting to talk about again. Yeah. Oh, and before I forget saying that, this podcast is just some additional video series I add on this channel. Like all this traveling stuff I will still be doing on this channel. It's just gonna be in parallel. Yeah. It's funny, when I wrote down the script for this podcast, I wrote news of the week, but if I'm not gonna post on a weekly schedule, it's kind of weird to even say news of the week, right? And it's not even news of the week which I picked here actually. It's a piece of news which is already a few weeks old. Some of you might heard of it. On September 19th, a fire broke out at the high altitude Botta restaurant situated on Glacier 3000. You guys might remember I was on Glacier 3000 maybe I think last February, February this year 2022 and it was on the famous peak walk. The views there are really astonishing and breathtaking so I can really recommend everybody who is interested in seeing an amazing mountain view on an amazing bridge to go to Glacier 3000. But yeah, a huge fire broke out there a few weeks ago on September 19th in one of the restaurants there. There are just 2 restaurants on Glacier 3000 as far as I know And yeah, just the whole building was on fire, as you might see in this news outlet. The fire broke out during the night, and thankfully there was no one injured and no casualties as well. And according to this article, the company stated, while the images are impressive, the damage was limited to the restaurant Botta and to the self-service restaurant. That was the one we went, the self-service restaurant in the video from February. The design of the building and the anti-fire measures implemented during construction prevented the flames from reaching the lower levels where the cableway is located. So cool. What does that mean? As for now, the cable car is still running, meaning that everybody who is interested in going up to Glacier 3000 can still do so. The difference will just be that there will be some temporary eating facilities and the restaurant building will be closed until, I don't know, the article doesn't state. They just start to rebuild the restaurant, I think, the beginning of next year or just next year sometime. So it will take a long time until we can enjoy that self-service schnitzel. It was quite good. I think my dad told me he didn't like it that much. Oh wait, do I expose certain views now? But I thought that the schnitzel was actually quite good. So now in this section would be comments from listeners, which I'm gonna discuss or answer or research for. Since it's the first podcast, there will be no comments this week. Well, not so quick. I actually did receive some comments on my latest short, and I wanted to say that I will think about your suggestions and ideas, and yeah, thanks a lot. And in this section of the podcast, which is called Swiss Snack of the Week, I would like to present to you always a drink, a snack, something sweet, something salty, which is from Switzerland and which in particular I like a lot. And this week I want to present to you something really special. It's a seasonal drink. So yeah, as I said, in this section I always want to present something from Switzerland which I like to eat or to drink, which is really unique to Switzerland and maybe also unique to a certain time of the year. And this really falls into this category. So what it actually is, it's just new wine. Grape juice, which has already started to ferment a bit, but not to a level where it actually becomes wine, right? So it's, well, like the name says, new wine. Or in Swiss German, Sause. Wait, that's High German. In Swiss German would be Suse. Yeah. What I like about it is that it's very refreshing and sweet. It's also carbonated naturally by the fermentation process already. So it has like this tingling sensation on your tongue and it's very, very sweet. I think I read somewhere that Sauser can even have like a sugar amount of around 25%, which is crazy. But I don't think this one has that much. Wait, they didn't even write down the nutrition table. Anyways, so I can really recommend everybody who doesn't know it already or hasn't tried it yet, who comes to Switzerland during autumn, because this is a highly seasonal drink, only produced maybe starting end of September, October, November. You can find Sauser in every major supermarket chain, be it Coop or Migros. There is lots of it. You will not miss it. Like, there's sometimes mountains of Sauser piled up in these supermarkets right now, and I'm gonna drink some right now. And it's so good. Like, you even kind of forget that it has alcohol inside. I mean, it's almost nothing, just 1%. So yeah, this is the drink or the snack of the week, and I can really recommend it to everybody who is traveling in Switzerland or just wants to get to know what new wine tastes like. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching this first episode of Swiss Podcast. Since it's the first episode, I didn't feature that much. I just wanted to explain what this platform is. And it's really a podcast for the people who are listening or watching. So if you have any questions or something you want me to research on or to explore and to film, you could send me to a place in the mountains, and if I have time, I might go there and film an episode for you guys. So thanks for listening, and I catch you in the next one. สวัสดีครับทุกคน บ๊ายบาย